Hi guys, it's Callum back again for Fable, and today I'm going to talk you through why I believe that television industry as we know it is on its last legs, and why in 10 to 15 years we will be seeing nothing but streaming services. There are 5 reasons for this that I'm going to take you through in this video, so stay tuned and enjoy. 3, 2, 1. Now the first reason for this, I believe, is that there are new competitors on this market now, such as the likes of Netflix, Disney+, Amazon Prime, and there'll probably be many more on their way as well. This has obviously given people new ways to consume media, and for the most part it's probably easier and more... what's the word I'm thinking of for this? What is the fucking word you're thinking of for this, Cam? Because you can't fucking remember it. Now the first reason for this is that there are actually a lot more options now for people when it comes to media, such as Netflix, Disney+, and Amazon Prime. There'll also be probably Sony on the way as well, unless they've already done one that I don't really know of. There'll be plenty of them as well on their way in terms of streaming services basically. So that's basically made it a lot more convenient and easy access for people to be able to watch what shows they want. They can just switch it at a click of a button rather than having to wait for a certain time. They can binge watch series as well if they're all on there at once, rather than having to wait day to day or week to week for the next episode of it. So yeah, basically that's pretty much the main reason for it, is the convenience of it, but there are 4 more reasons as well.
But wait! There's more!
And reason number 2 for this is a very obvious one, and that is consumers are simply not willing to pay for channels that, let's be honest, they're not going to watch. The main channels that I tend to watch, if I ever do watch TV, really are probably BBC One on the rare occasion. Dave's the main one because it's got obviously reruns of Top Gear as well as Taskmaster and stuff like that, which is cool as fuck. But then there's channels like Yesterday or Gold, and it's like 90% reruns involving Fools and Horses according to Sean. Never watched it myself, never will. It's terrible, I'm guessing. And there's just ITV4, I mean there was BBC 3, and it's just like all these really shit shows that no one really wants to watch. They've got all on these channels, and it's just like, why? Why am I paying for this? What is the point in paying for these channels? When ultimately I could just go ahead, go on Netflix, watch a full-blown series, or go on Disney+, watch The Mandalorian for an entire afternoon, just binge the entire thing and just enjoy it, because I know full well it'll be a better experience and I don't have to wait around for it. Whereas obviously when it comes to traditional TV, you're just waiting week on week. And yes, I know you had to do that with The Mandalorian, but it's like, for the most part, most likely I see down the line that they're going to probably change that to a point where it's just like, okay, here's the entire series, enjoy. And that's how it should be, in my opinion. That's the whole point. Yeah, you won't get as many viewers week on week at that point, but who cares? You'll get a shit ton of viewership when it comes to the actual binge from everyone wanting to watch it. So that's reason number 2, in my opinion, that I think traditional TV will die, is the actual way that you have to consume the actual content on it, and the fact that you have to pay for essentially just having to wait week on week. Whereas with actual streaming services, you don't have to do that. Even though both of these points are very similar, come to think about it. But yeah, on to reason number 3.
A few inches later.
Anyway, reason number 3 then, and that is that media companies are now starting to move away from the traditional formats. So a couple of good examples from America, for example, ESPN and HBO. They've now started to essentially go more towards the whole, HBO Plus, for example, as far as I'm aware, where if you sign up for it and you use the streaming service, you get episodes of their shows like a couple of weeks early, from what I've heard. Same with, I think it's AMC as well, they do the same. Basically, in this situation, they're more targeting towards people like, oh yeah, go over to the streaming service side and you get the content early. And they've also apparently noticed that there's a change in behaviour with audiences when they're on there as well, so like I said previously, it's one of those situations where audiences are like, yeah, I'm going here simply because the content is easier access. I can watch it all pretty much from the get-go for like a full day or something, or a few days essentially across the a week. as opposed to basically just, you know, the traditional format. I think that is just the main thing, really. You know what, bin off the whole 5 reasons thing, that's boring. The reality of the situation is, most of the actual traditional format is just shit, isn't it? Let's be real here. Like, in this situation, it's just like, oh yeah, we're going to give you all of this content, but you only get it weekly, and instead you have to watch reruns of all this old shit that we did in between all of this while you wait for the shit you want to actually watch, as opposed to being in a situation where it's like, you know, a streaming service where you can literally go ahead, subscribe to it, go ahead, sign up, sign in, pay a reasonable amount, to be honest, in comparison to actual, you know, BBC, I can't remember the fucking name for it. The actual, basically where you have to pay for the BBC and all that kind of shit and pay for other channels, is it costs a lot more than a streaming service. And ultimately, it's not value for money. That's the bottom line of it, really, isn't it? End of the day, the customers are just like, well, I don't see the value of this when I'm getting reruns of All in Fools and Horses that have been, you know, going on for years. I'm getting reruns of Top Gear, although in saying that, Top Gear is a good show, to be fair. Or at least it was. And you're just getting shitty reruns for the most part. Whereas on a streaming service, you can just binge watch what you want to watch for like a few days. Yes, it means that essentially you'll be waiting a while for the next season about to come out, but ultimately you can be like, well, I'll just see what else is on there and then, you know, binge watch again and just get through it all. And then, you know, you'll get bored after that, which is why you see a lot of like subscriptions, and I have noticed this myself. People who are subscribed to streaming services genuinely have, like, you know, little periods in between where they'll unsubscribe from it and shut their account off and then go back on again when obviously the new seasons are coming on. Why? Saves them money. That's the reason. Ultimately, you want to be in this situation, you want to save money. That's the bottom line of it, and that's kind of the reason why traditional TV is dying, is because ultimately people are like, well, fuck you, fucking shit content, I'm off to go watch some streaming service stuff. Go ahead and bloody pay for that for a few months, and then, you know, cancel that, and I don't have to pay anything for viewership in terms of that for the most part. It's just easier for them, essentially. So yeah, that's pretty much the reason, well, the 3 reasons that I got through and then decided we're not doing 5 reasons because that's shit. That's the 3 reasons plus my full-blown rant on why I think traditional TV is on its last legs, and it will be probably dead by 2030, I reckon. Or at least it'll be changed to some new format. That's what I reckon it'll be. We won't be seeing the shitty little like list of channels with different things on each hour. I don't think it'll be that anymore. I think it will be a situation where you click on a channel, you probably have like this whole, like, you know, pre-recorded like stuff, pre-set up stuff where you can select what show you want to watch and how many episodes, and you know, you'll have all the episodes there and then for you, and it'll just be a quicker and easier way for you to actually view it. And I think that's what people want, is just easy access, good content, obviously. And I think that's another thing as well, is that a lot of the content is, like I said, it's rerun and you've just seen it a million times before. And to be honest, I think this actual pandemic's kind of highlighted that even more, because obviously they can't really go out and do a lot of content right now in this situation. It's rare. And it's showing because of the fact that a lot of channels now are just doing nothing but reruns. Like, there's nothing on, like, I rarely watch TV, but when I have watched it, it's just like, oh yeah, I've seen this one before. And I saw this one a few weeks ago, and it's like, why? Why would you bother? Just make new content. So yeah, that's my little rant into why I think TV is about to die. As we know it, and it will be taken over by streaming services, because that's just the way of the world, in my opinion. End of the day, we're evolving from, just use the word evolving to describe TV, whatever. We're changing from essentially having, you know, the usual boring ass layout to easy consumption, and I think that's what people want. So yeah, I'm repeating myself now. Be like that.